At just 23 years old, what Declan McKenna has managed to achieve is unfathomable. Armed with 2 incredible albums, he's set to take on Glastonbury's other stage and catapult himself into the next chapter of his career. Try this again, shall we? Welcome back to Who the F***. It's the show that aims to take a deep dive in some of the acts performing across festival season in 2022. As you can see, I've gone into the woods to record today's video. I'm away from my studio and I miss it. It's all on makeshift. Makeshift, you can do it in the woods, it's all good. In today's episode, we're looking at the absolutely brilliant Declan McKenna. He's a f***ing incredible singer-songwriter, indie pop star. Probably one of the best that's come out of the UK in the last 10 years. If you've never heard of him before, hopefully this video helps answers the question. Who the f*** is Declan McKenna? Declan McKenna, better known to his fans as Declan McKenna, is an indie singer-songwriter from Enfield in London. Genre-wise, he's compared like synth pop, indie pop, singer-songwriter, bits of folk. Quite easy to draw comparisons, I think, to people like Jack Pignate with his early music, and defo plays on influences from people like Alfie Templeman. His more recent album reminds me so much more of people like David Bowie and Elton John. It's got this huge grandiosity to it. His journey starts in December 2014 with his breakout record, Brazil. A record written around the time that the World Cup was held in Brazil, aiming to shed some light on the corruption surrounding football. It's a record criticising FIFA for awarding the World Cup to a country without addressing the extensive and deep poverty affecting the people of the nation. He was invited onto Sky News to discuss the meaning of the record following the resignation of Sepp Blatter amid an ongoing corruption scandal.
Well, Declan's with us now, and I was looking on your Twitter site today, and you've got the slogan up there, Sepp Blatter don't matter.
Yeah.
In April 2015, after he entered and subsequently won Glastonbury's Emerging Talent competition, awarding him a £5,000 prize and a slot playing the Williams Green stage. In October 2015, he would go on tour with Blossoms, playing shows in Glasgow, Newcastle, Nottingham, Liverpool, Norwich and Birmingham.
But it was just to see the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd responding like now to him.
Just wild.
And in December 2015, after being approached by multiple labels, he signed to Columbia Records, a subsidiary of Sony, and was managed by the same manager as Foles. After much anticipation for the follow-up of Brazil, he released the single Paracetamol, a record discussing how transgender teenagers are misrepresented in the media.
Oh, won't you let me finish?
He spent much of 2016 writing records in his bedroom, but released a record that would go on to feature on his debut, the legendary Isambard. He was invited to perform Isambard and later with Jules Holland in September. And at the end of 2016 was announced on the shortlist for the BBC Sound of 2017, alongside people like The Amazons, Dave, Anderson .Paak, AJ Tracey, Maggie Rogers, Georgia Smith, Tom Grennan, and the winner, Ray Black. I'm not sure I'm really down with the top 5 there, but it's some great bands, that's for sure. In January 2017, he was invited onto NPR Music's iconic Tiny Desk to perform at Isambard, Brazil, and previously released single Bethlehem. He also did a cover of Beyonce's Hold Up in February 2017 for Channel 4's Box Fresh.
Hold up, they don't love you like I love you. Slow down, they don't love you like I love you.
Prior to the release of his debut album, he released 2 more singles, The Kids Don't Want to Come Out
Don't know how to give love to anyone. You don't know how to pretend.
and Humongous.
Humongous, enormous, and small, and it's not fair.
Declan will release his debut album, What Do You Think About the Car, on July 21st, 2017, to mainly positive reviews, scoring 76 on Metacritic, with my favourite review coming from Matthew Smith of No Ripcord, who says, in many ways, What Do You Think is a perfect teenage album. It's smart and it's naive, it's funny and it's bleak, and most importantly, it understands the appeal of pop while being frustrated at the apolitical landscape in which it exists. It's produced in collaboration with the legendary Rostam of Vampire Weekend and James Ford of Simian Mobile Disco. When asked about where the name comes from, he discusses a home movie which his family showed to him of them getting a new car.
Dec, what do you think about the car? Do you like it?
I think it's really good. And I'm going to sing my new album now.
Just perfect. In June 2018, he released records Brew and Basic. then followed up in August 2018 with the record British Bombs, some of a protest record about the hypocrisy of the British arms trade. In 2020, he filmed an episode of Cribs for MTV in which he shared that he was filming videos with his housemate and YouTuber Luke Cutforth.
Oh, hey Rachel.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm going to go punch Declan McKenna in the face.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Oh, hey Deck, how's it going? What the fuck?
In January 2020, he released the first single taken from his upcoming Sophomore album, the iconic Beautiful Faces.
I bet you can't get enough beautiful faces smiling.
The album's release date was initially due for May, but was pushed back until later in the year due to the COVID pandemic, but followed up Beautiful Faces with the brilliant Key to Life on Earth.
For all I'm worth, the key to life on earth.
A music video for the record was released at the same time and features Alex Lawther of Black Mirror and End of the F***ing World fame.
We've been held back for after school meetings.
It's at this point that it's worth mentioning the incredible Tasha remix of Key to Life on Earth that almost definitely won the Music Club Remix of the Year award in 2020. In an interview with DIY magazine, when asked about the sound of the new record, Declan said, "I've been listening to a lot of old Dylan records, these really raw recordings, and appreciate that energy. I just wanted to get into a room with a group of musicians, not get it too right. The sound to me developed in that way. There's a lot of 70s references, and a lot of Waterboys and Crosby, Stills and Nash, but it still feels modern to me. It definitely feels like a natural progression from the first one." His second album, Zeros, was eventually released in September 2020 after further delays. Critically, it was well received, scoring 81 on Metacritic, with reviews coming in saying, "Zeros is a cross-generational demi-masterpiece. It's also wholly modern though, not simply relying on nostalgia." McKenna displays an incredibly mature understanding and absorption of his inspirations, rather than just referencing or rehashing them. The album features the two previous singles, as well as the future singles, Rapture, Daniel, You're Still a Child, Be an Astronaut, as well as the live staple, You Better Believe. And then in July 2021, he released his newest single, My House, a record about how forced lockdown periods can have effects on relationships between human beings.
That I wanna be someone you've never seen before. You're gonna make me run for my
Last August in 2021, I managed to catch him at Reading Festival. We were absolutely blown away. And I was on the screen. Let's have a set check.
He can't see, well, he talks like an angel, and he looks like me. Oh Lord, I heard he lives.
I think he's absolutely brilliant. I do. I'm really excited to see him again. I f***ing loved his set at Reading, and I can't wait to see him perform at Glastonbury. I think he's going to absolutely smash it because he's amazing. He's also so young, and he's got so much time ahead of him, and I think that's so exciting. I don't do a likely to see anymore, but if I was, it would probably be a 9, like a 9 out of 10 for me. Absolutely brilliant. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, a like does everything. I really appreciate it when you do. If you want to come along for the ride, hit that subscribe button. We've got loads more this year. We're not even like 30% through. And I'm interested to know, will you be seeing Declan McKenna at Glastonbury this year? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.